Hallo Studenten. Dies ist Mr. Willard, Herr Willard, und ich bin in Berlin. So, this is Mr. Willard. I'm in Berlin, and I'm sitting right next to where the Berlin Wall used to start on the east, and over there is where it used to end. So this whole green area used to be nothing. Barriers, trying to keep people, one, inside the east, and two, people from the west getting inside the east. It was meant so that people in the east could not leave and basically drain the economy of East Berlin. A little history here. At the end of World War II, Berlin was separated into east and west. The east was controlled by the Russians, and the west was separated into three districts, one controlled by the British, one controlled by the Americans, and one controlled by the French. That's still evident today. By the names of the streets, you can see names of the streets that are clearly British, American, and French. They had this barrier up so basically they could keep things separated. The west side of Berlin enjoyed all the comforts and products and everything of the Western world back in the 60s. This wall went up in 1961. There was a barrier before that, but the actual wall went up in 1961. If you can see here, there's actually wire fencing and everything that is put up as an sort of art exhibition to demonstrate what the wall what the barrier looked like before the wall actually went up. You can't see it, but way down there past this building, there's a big iron structure, and it is about 3 times as high as the wall, and those were guard posts. And basically it was, to put it in a nice way, a very bad idea to try and cross this border. If you see here, these metal pieces in the ground, those mark what's called in German, a Flüchttunnel, or a, basically refugee tunnel. And what people were doing is they were tunneling under the wall and then coming up on the other side so that they could get away from the oppression of the East German Stasi and basically the control of the Russian regime. If you look over here, which you've probably seen when I flipped the camera before, this bit here is all part of the original wall that still stands. All graffitied. Back during the times of the wall was completely graffitied. And there's another part of the city where I will show you guys another time, where they still have some of the remaining graffiti that is not just graffiti, but it is art, which is why they've kept it. Another thing I wanted to point out while I was here, and also the the wall itself was up from 1961 to 1989. So it was up for almost just short of 30 years. And more than 100 people lost their lives trying to cross this border. It's very sad. And that's why here in Berlin, they try to put up monuments and everything to remember the difficulties of their history after World War II, and not to mention the difficulties prior to that and everything. If you can see here on this building, you can see all the different pictures. One of them is 1961, one of them is 1963, 1964, 66, 86, and 90. And in 1989, the wall fell, and then in 1991, Germany was completely reunified, and so a lot of these buildings here in Berlin you will see are quite modern, because most of the city was destroyed between 1940 and 1945. So much of the city had to be rebuilt. Anyways, here's Dina, here's Ruby, got my dogs with me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will make another one soon, and hope you guys are enjoying your new school year at Wanamaker Elementary and elsewhere. Take care.